The worst era to be in with a dude is when he forgets you getting. Like, please don't forget I chose you. You ain't picked me.
And I hate when hoes say that like that is a flex. You should be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't even want a lot of close to you. And that just goes to show how the value of keep going down gradually every year. Like, what? You're gonna turn down some, you know what I'm saying? Y'all be on here talking about, oh, men ain't this and men ain't that and men is horrible. Y'all flexing about getting instead of knowing how to be a fucking wife. Fuck out here.
Unpopular opinion. Expecting for that man to lead and you know you not ready to let go of control is crazy work. Especially when every time he tries to lead and he tries to make decisions, you have some kind of level of objection for him or something to say or a better way to do something. You have to actually sit back and just let that man lead. Let him do what he needs to do to lead the team. Because leadership is going to require space and time for him to make the right decisions for y'all. And you have to give that to him, and you have to trust that he's making the best decision for y'all. You can't just always try to control everything. Like, you want him to be the leader on the field, but you want to approve the playbook. So you want to be the coach. That's not how it's going to work inside of a healthy relationship, baby. If you want him to be the king, let him wear the crown.
You would be shocked how impactful little things like ordering a woman's dinner for her, ordering the drinks for her, pulling the chair out, doing all these chivalrous, gentlemanly gestures, that combined with the charm, combined with not putting her on a pedestal and not simping for her, that will go down extremely well. Especially when she's spent most of her dating life in a city like this. Her entire experience of dating has been guys just buying flowers for her, taking on the most expensive dinners, guys trying to replace personality with money.
A lot of modern women like to say they would want a gentleman. Modern women would like to say that they're looking for a chivalrous man, a man that respects them, a man that's kind to them, a man that loves them, a man that is respected in the community and the whole 9 yards. But modern women, first of all, they don't really even know how to vet for a man like that. Second of all, even if they should happen to luck up on a man like that, with the way that they act, they're not going to be able to keep him. You have to realize that a lot of these modern women are a bona fide problem. They're a bona fide problem. They're not pleasant to be around at all.
Hi, it's me again, back with another episode of saying things I'm probably not supposed to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because one can't beat me. So on today's episode, I just want to address this. I feel like men should stop dating women who are broke. And I say that with the utmost respect. I feel like if you have your money as a man and things are going for you, you shouldn't date a woman below your tax bracket. Equal or higher. And I know everybody's gonna disagree with me. But in all honesty, broke woman leave you guys so traumatized. That's when you meet a woman who has her own and has her stuff together. You guys don't know how to act because you're so traumatized by a broke pocket girl. I'm gonna stop dating broke pocket girl. Lord, man, chop.
My soon-to-be ex-husband just pulled up to my house in a brand new truck, and I'm not really sure if I'm sad about it or if I'm mad about it. There's a little bit of both happening there because a brand new truck really mattered more to this man than his marriage and his dog. Which, I mean, if he wants to be the loser that lives in an apartment with a brand new car, then by all means be my guest. All he's doing is showing me that he really was a financial burden on me and that I should not keep him around. One of the most consistent arguments we had was that he wanted a brand new $100,000 truck.
I think that most guys watching this will guarantee you that that man is so happy with his new truck. And he's probably not even thinking twice about what his ex-wife thinks about it. Because that's one of the biggest benefits of being single. You get to make all of your choices yourself. And my biggest piece of advice to that soon-to-be ex-wife is to let it go. Because pretty soon, you're not going to have any ties to that man.
A lot of these modern women don't really understand what they're losing. They think for some reason they're going to have their time in the sun forever, right? So you might have a good man or a solid man. Not saying the man is perfect. Not saying that, he got some stuff to work on. You got a lot of stuff to work on, but so do you. A lot of times, a lot of women think they're perfect. And so that man that was there for you would do anything for you. You don't want that man. You want to go see other people. You want to go do your thing out there. You want to have a hot girl summer. But then when you stop messing around and you see that, oh, well, wait, actually, there's nobody going to take care of me like he does. Now you want to come crawling back. By that time, he's moved on.
When feminists say they don't need men, you ready for this? When feminists say they don't need men, 96% of construction workers are men. 95% of electricians are men. 95% of plumbers are men. 98% of carpenters are men. 94% of HVAC technicians are men. 97% of mechanics are men. 96% of welders are men. 91% of truck drivers are men. And we know what the other 90%
Damn right, Marge.
Yeah. 97% of roofers are men. 95% of oil rig workers are men. 90% of machine operators are men. 85% of network engineers are men. 91% of mechanical engineers are men. 86% of civil engineers are men. 96% of firefighters are men. 85% of police officers are men. 80% of military personnel are men. 90% of pilots are men. 94% of train operators are men. 92% of forklift operators are men.
Wow.
These are some of the riskiest jobs in the world.
What about?
I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to like carry all of my and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs.
Well, contrary to what was written across that screen, I don't believe that there's anything at all wrong with most men. In fact, especially if a person pays attention to what some women post on social media, those gentlemen were doing exactly what a lot of those women have been asking men to do. Leave them alone. Don't approach them, and certainly don't talk to them. So why exactly would they be inclined to help some woman that they don't know, not knowing how exactly she's going to react to having those men approach her?
They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
And I cannot blame them for that, because they had no way of knowing how a strange woman would react to being approached by a strange man. Honestly, it's best that they just played it safe and kept their distance. But a lot of women really want to be treated as equals until they're treated the same way that a lot of men are.
You know, these modern women are saying they want a man who courts. They want a man who knows how to date properly, knows how to plan a date, knows how to do all of that stuff. And that's fantastic. I think for me, it's just that I have to do all of this. And you just got to show up. Well, I went to work. I had to do this. So did I. Well, my car was broken and this had happened and so many troubles. Same. I had to fix my car too, or make sure it's not broken now, but it was once. And the employer didn't care. The women that I was dating before didn't care. That was my problem as far as they were concerned. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't really even know you. And so that's not... You expecting to just, well, I'm just a girl and I just should be able to show up. No, you got to bring something to the table.
What does a submissive woman do for her man?
Everything.
What does that mean?
You know, like packing his bag, unpacking his bag, just making sure all the things that he wants. And like, I pretty much read his mind. So it's like, if I know you, and I study you, like I know how you are in the morning. I know how you are about midday. I know when you're in this mood, what you need. Like before you can ever ask me for something, I'm already on it. I mean, he's spoiled. And you know, when I talk to my girlfriends about it, they're always like, oh, how you guys doing? And I'm just like, girl, he's rotten. I'm like, he's spoiled rotten. Like he's rotten. But I love that. Like I want him to be that. I think my biggest flex is how I treat my man. I love to see him eating the meal that I cook. I love seeing him sleep easy. Like every night, like clockwork, I scratch this man's back to sleep. And I know when he's asleep because I can tell when his breathing changes. And some people might think that's psychotic, but that's like, I just know that's when I'm like, oh, I can stop now. But I find joy in being your rest. And it shouldn't be conditional.
Couples therapy was not made for men. Most therapy models are built around verbal emotional expression, like talking through your feelings, naming your emotion, being able to sit with this discomfort. And a lot of men were not taught emotional safety. So for a lot of men who learn staying calm and staying small with conflict is how you survived, walking into a room where you have to perform and be vulnerable in front of your partner, let alone a stranger, yeah, I can understand why they are kicking and screaming to go to therapy. That's not a very healing experience. It's exposing him to something, yet again, without any kind of safety. It just feels like you're dragging him in there with a professional who is going to try to give him that safety, but traditional couples therapy, it is not designed for men. A lot of men always think that the therapist is going to side with the woman because when he shuts down from not knowing the emotional safety, well, he becomes the problem again. Everything is focused on him. Why can't you learn how to speak to your partner and communicate clearly to them? I know this is going to ruffle a lot of people's feathers. I'm a couples therapist. I love what I do. There are lots of couples therapists that are good out there, but I'm just letting you know, traditional therapy, it is not made for men. Comment safety if you believe at least something that I'm saying in here is truth.
You know, you have a lot of these modern women that are continue to ask why men don't approach, right? And, you know, a lot of times, if they're honest, you know, there's a part that they continue to leave out of their question. And I think they really know it, right? I think a lot of men feel like, you know, their social rules have changed. So even if you have like a normal interaction or something like that, all of a sudden, you know, you're getting labeled as like somebody that's creepy. You know, you're getting embarrassed. You're getting labeled as somebody who's doing stuff that's inappropriate. And I don't think modern women really understand that when you label somebody as creepy, you make it seem like they're, you know, sneaking around windows and doors and stuff like that. And that's just like weird.
See y'all in my comments and y'all is tussling hard about the comment. Please don't apply my prerogative to your. I don't need to hear your war stories about, oh, well, what if I went into it and then later he gave me $1,000 or later he gave me a mortgage payment. Ma'am, if you with a real gonna look out for you, but for you to glorify being a hoe and knowing that you went into these situations to intentionally just get paid once the gave up, that is. And the Bible said give you hoes a loaf of bread, so guess what? I'm gonna pay y'all no mind and biscuits, these kind. It's like, what's wrong with really loving and what's wrong with really with it? Like, y'all just always think y'all gotta get some. Go get your own. Whatever a man give you is extra. You just come to the table begging, needy, and calling yourself a bad. I don't want to be like that. It's like be the enemy. No, you're not the enemy. Y'all don't understand. With hoes and pay for hoes when they want to. They'll break their back for every day of the week. So why the f would you want to be an anytime payment? Get a real and live your life. If you choose to do and that is on you. I'm not knocking the hustle. But before I start, show me where the bricks at. And if you broke, you really shouldn't even be thinking about that. You need to be building a business plan, you freaky bum.
Fellas, here are 10 ways on how to be a gentleman towards a woman. So 1, holding doors open. It's a simple act of courtesy that shows you're thinking of her and her convenience before your own. 2, staying closest to the curb when you guys are walking outside. Now, traditionally, this is a protective gesture. It shows that you're willing to put yourself in a position where you're mindful of her well-being and to go the extra mile to make her feel safe. 3, pumping gas. Offering to pump gas or do any mundane tasks like this shows that you're willing to go the extra mile to make her life easier. And again, we know a lot of women get preyed on at the gas station, so this is another way of making her feel safe. 4, make sure she gets home safely. Walking her to the door or waiting until she's safely inside shows a strong sense of responsibility. Again, it communicates that you care for her well-being and safety and that you're not just rushing off because you guys are no longer physically together. 5, let her talk without interrupting. So listening is one of the most important aspects of good communication. When you let her talk without interrupting, you show her that her words are valuable to you. It lets her know that you're engaged in what she has to say and that you respect her thoughts and feelings. 6, return her call or text in a timely manner. This shows that you respect her time and that you're prioritizing it, and you're not too busy or indifferent to respond when she reaches out. 7, you're a man. Offer to carry heavy things. This is going to demonstrate strength and kindness, but more importantly, bro, it's going to show that you're willing to take on a burden for her to make her life easier or more comfortable. 8, arrive on time. Punctuality is a sign of respect. It shows her that you value her time and that you're committed to being reliable. It also prevents her from feeling unimportant or like you're not taking her time seriously. 9, pull out a chair before she sits down. And 10, strike up conversations with genuine questions and not pickup lines. Now, I'm not against it, but pickup lines can often come off as insincere or shallow, whereas asking genuine questions shows that there's an interest in getting to know her as a person. It shows that you want to get to know her on a deeper level and not just superficially. But fellas, start doing these, man. I'm doing my best to keep you guys out of the group chat for the wrong reasons.
And modern women really they want to go back to the era where men used to beg. Men used to yearn a lot more. But, you know, if I don't understand where we're going, if it looks like you don't like me, then what am I begging for? I mean, and even ladies, you watch movies. You're watching these movies. In these movies, these women are showing some sort of interest. And so they might be giving the man the cold shoulder, but they're still showing some sort of, even if it's just a little bit, that man is looking and said, oh, so there's a chance. And she might not say one way or another. Okay, well, she's not stopping me. Maybe I ought to continue to pursue. But modern women make it very clear today. I said no, leave me alone, get away from me. That's the end of me chasing. That's the end of me begging. I don't need to go any further.
I'm your girlfriend, you know, we just met together and maybe...
That's like me saying, give me some head. You want to do that?
No.
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 Later?
No, because that would make me
But I'm saying after I take you shopping. Can I get that?
No.
But you still want me to take you shopping?
Well, yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something in it for me.
Yeah, so what else do you want if it's not?
I mean, but you want me to spend my money, right? My hard-earned money. Right?
Not only. We're gonna get to know each other as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. But basically, all I get back in return is just you as my homegirl.
No, I'm gonna be like caring, loving girlfriend for you.
Only if I spend money, right?
Well, yeah, because you're a man. You should be a provider. Like, that's how you prove that you actually like me, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can spend a couple thousand on you. That make you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I see you smiling already.
Yeah, of course.
My nephew's 18. He's still a child. I'll send him to me then. No, I'd absolutely never do that. Hopefully I'll find him in my queue one day. No, I don't think he will because he has like respect for himself. I don't know if it's something
The
you're
men
familiar
that
with.
come see me have a lot of respect.
They don't, unfortunately. I know
They
you
do.
might think they do.
How many of you asked that I've slept with?
I would never ask anyone that you've slept with because I don't know
So you
anyone
don't know
you've
that
slept
you've not got respect?
Look, I'm just sitting here with my cake and my Cool Whip, and I just want to say I am so grateful for the fact that society is starting to catch on to female predators. I'm just shocked that it took Bonnie Blue for y'all to realize that women can be too. Oh my God, that rhymed. Call me Dr. Seuss. The way I would have flown over that table and mollywopped that bitch. Oh, I could never do an interview with Bonnie Blue.
What you're seeing a lot of these modern women do is use what they think they've learned. Some of these women are not even going to therapy. They're just listening to what they've heard online, and who's ever describing whatever they're describing online, they're saying, oh, that sounds like my situation. And so they're going back and trying to diagnose whoever they're arguing with. It's almost like something psychologically or mentally to where when you hear something, you repeat it the very next time. Like, well, honestly and truly, that's kind of how music works. So, with music, you're going to hear something and you're going to repeat it. And that's why they try to make even some of these tunes and stuff like that don't make a lick of sense. It's got a catchy beat. That's why they're trying to put it toward a catchy beat, because you remember the beat and you start singing the song. And that song that you didn't like, you'll start singing again and you'll listen to it again. And then somebody would be like, I thought you said that you didn't like that song. I don't, but I don't know what it is about it. The beat is catchy, and so I listen to it, and they're getting money because you're still listening to their song and they're playing it, but originally thought it was a dumb song. That's essentially what this is. They continue to hear this sort of thing, and it's like music over and over again. And so next time they say it to you and they apply it to you, instead of taking accountability, instead of saying, no, this is my fault, they try to diagnose you mid-argument, even though it's something that they're doing, right? When a man says, I'm looking for consistency, I'm looking for respect, you don't text me back, you don't text me at all, you don't treat me like or reciprocate anything for me I'm looking for somebody that likes me like I like them. Oh, well, you know, that's narcissistic behavior. That's somebody that's conceited. They'll say that type of stuff to get you off of their trail. They'll try to use something that they heard somewhere else, don't even know what it's talking about, don't really even understand it, to try to apply it to you and be dead.
I was dancing on somebody, and
What kind of dance you doing?
you know what kind of dance I was doing.
On a dude.
Yeah. We kind of kiss.
You for real? You playing? You trolling? You trolling? She trying to prank me. She trying to prank me.
Sorry.
You for real? Why you wait though? Why you ain't been tell me?
I was nervous, and then on top of that, the next day I didn't remember. My girlfriend just called me.
Got a feeling you feeling better apart.
Told me what happened, and then it kind of all came back.
Missing the
I
long
didn't
day
miss you.
trips
I
just to
didn't know
ride
what
with
I
you,
was
rolling
doing.
up weed.
It's over.
Getting high with your head
Us?
video.
Yeah. Back to the drawing board.
Take you back to the room and I slide in.
I gotta go back to the drawing board. It's over. Yeah, it's over. Now look,
We've been together for 3 years.
It don't matter. I'm gonna tell you how this drunk go. You get drunk, yeah, you probably do some, right? But it's still like you're gonna be a little aware. You know what I'm saying? You was aware of what you was doing. I'm gonna tell you how I know. Have you ever met a man that said, "Oh, I got too drunk where they ain't that damn drunk to do that"?
7-figure salary.
Right.
I need him to be at least 5'10". I feel like that's generous. Most men are 5'10" or above. So I need him to be at least 5'10". I need him to be obviously in very good shape. I need him to have a full head of hair. I want him to have an impeccable wardrobe. I want his suits to be tailored. I want him to look good in greens and blues because those are complementary to what I look good in. Absolutely no jewelry. Absolutely no tattoos.
Okay.
Unless the only tattoo that would be acceptable would be a very small tattoo if he were in a secret society. Never been married. No kids. I want to be his first wife. Our children are going to be his only children. No allergies. Has to like animals.
You would think it's a script, bro.
I would prefer that he's a cat person, but if he's a dog person, that's okay.
Somebody making 7 figures gonna do it, your mom. I don't know, bro. Like, bro, she look like paint drying, bro.
I think modern women like to say, why doesn't a man approach anymore? Well, there's a lot of risk involved in approaching now. Plain and simple. There's a lot of, and this is probably the main thing, there's a lot of disrespect involved. If a man try to come up to you and say hello, then all of a sudden, I just don't really know about him. I just don't, he seems like he's kind of weird. It seems like something's going on with him. He said hello in a high pitched, like where the inflection of his voice kind of turned up. And what kind of man does that? I have no idea. Why don't you just talk to him and have a regular conversation? Maybe you can find out. But modern women don't think like that. They're psychoanalyzing. They're trying to pick out things and find holes and chinks in his armor as if the man didn't done anything wrong by saying hello. And I understand, but I'm just trying to protect myself. With men dangerous and all that other stuff, go ahead and say what you want to say. But I think you can go overboard with your analysis of the man. You talk, well, he just said hello wrong and I knew from the jump. Okay, well, maybe, but is there a way that you can just have a normal 5-minute conversation and see if that was anything? Is there a possibility?
I'm starting to understand why men don't want to get married in 2026, and it's obvious. These men go out there and they literally bust their And they trust you enough not to get a prenup, go through with it, right? Marry you. You know, they get the fan. Go left, y'all get a divorce, and you want to leave him with nothing. Feels like she is entitled to all the assets, properties, and all the things that you have and had before you even got married. That she had no part in. But she thinks she's entitled to that? If y'all even built something within that marriage, by all means, split that. Or whatever you have to do. But why come after that you ain't have no part taken? You can't leave this marriage with what you came in with and what he came in with. Why? Why you gotta be so evil? This is the same woman that said, I do till death do us part. We locked in forever. It's the same woman, right? So in love with you, but want to leave you high and dry without a penny in your pocket. This the same person, right? Y'all savages. Where is the old, like, love nowadays? There is no, we're done. We're gonna work through this. Whether it's counseling, whether it's, like, we pray together, whether we're gonna make it work. What happened to that love? Y'all all in it for something. Shit is sad. I don't understand it.
And I think what a lot of guys are finding is that it used to be that approaching a woman meant that you were interested in her. But now modern women have changed this to mean you're aggressive, you're a creep. So a lot of men are not approaching because you're thinking that, oh man, he must be about to do something to me. He must be about to attack me or verbally assault me or something untoward, something wrong. The man is not even thinking that. There's a lot of times men are just walking down the street, literally just minding their business. And what they actually receive from a woman is weird. Like the looks, the body language. And the man might just say, hey, how you doing? And keep on walking. But a lot of these modern women are weird about it. There was a woman actually in a restaurant, and she posted on social media something about somebody coming up and talking to her or something like that, or somebody that she was with. And they were actually really very nice. And instead of turning and speaking to them and talking to them, she just completely ignored them like they weren't even there. I think they might even said, hi to her, because they walked up and they were speaking to somebody else. But then they turned around and said, hey, have a good day, and stuff like that, and nothing. And then she turns to the camera, because these modern women have they brain elsewhere other than the real world. She turns to the camera and she, oh, well, how dare she do that, yada, yada, and this and that. And then in the comments, you can see people, now I got to give it to them, men and women, holding her accountable. Oh, you thought we was going to be with you? You thought we was going to side with you? That was rude. You don't need to be doing that. That was stupid. So I appreciate the women coming out and saying, hey, why you act like that? That woman was just trying to be nice. She was just trying to, just be polite to you. But modern women, their brain is so warped as to how to be social with people that this is, you gonna post something on the internet and you think you're right, but then people are like, no, you're an idiot and you're a bum.